This isn't gonna work well.
It's fun.
If you're thinking about getting into model railroading or you're already an addict, boy, do I got some videos coming for you, and I'm gonna tell you all about them starting right now. Hey rail fans, welcome to It's My Railroad, a show about a guy building his model railroad in his garage. It's awesome, and we have a lot of fun doing it. This is my hobby room. This is the Brown Smith Railroad. We've been doing this for a little while now and made a lot of great friends, built a great community around this channel. So if you're into that sort of thing, make sure and subscribe, and then don't forget to like and share this video with somebody, for crying out loud. Hey, listen, I know we've been a little slow on the regular uploads to It's My Railroad. We did the wooden tunnel portal series, and then I did a behind the scenes, and then we did a concrete tunnel portal series, and then we missed a week or two. And so what I wanted to do is let you know, those of you faithful subscribers, that I have been working feverishly in the hobby room. Now here's the thing, a lot of what I've been doing you've seen before, and it's a lot of the same thing. I suddenly set out and decided I am on a mission. I want to get my main line operational. One of the reasons why, if you recall, we've been working on the Fertile Valley project. But before I put all the mountains in and finished all the painting and all the cool stuff, I wanted to make sure the trains would run through there flawlessly. And so what I did is I just went sidebar, Your Honor, and I completed the upper loop temporarily up on the second deck, and I completed the bottom loop so I could run my train for, I guess it's been about 40 hours now on the layout. And I'll tell you what, pretty happy with the way things are coming out. The train runs really great. And matter of fact, I've been running 2 trains at a time, which I've never been able to do before. I've got this passing, like they have a meet and junk over here, even though I've got a single line main going off back there. I timed the trains right. I got 2 trains running. It's a ton of fun. I'm gonna show you all that in a future video. But just so you know, I'm too legit to quit. I just want to take you on a quick tour of what I've been doing in future videos starting next Thursday. I'm going to take you on that journey with me, so make sure you tune in for that. For starters, like I said, I wanted to get my main line operational, and so I made this little video that shows you that it's operational. Back here, coming under what's going to be a tunnel at some point, from the back of the layout, you can see my train coming through and running on my double track main. This turnout that it passes is actually got a tortoise switch motor underneath it, and eventually my computer software is going to either let the train go by or route it into what is developing to be the arrival departure track for the Brownsville yard. Then it comes through here on its way into the loop. It passes the second turnout, also controlled by the computer. And this stuff I can control myself too, but I want to be able to route trains automatically. Because I'm going through a loop, I need an auto reverser, but something that you might not have seen before is this long, straight stretch of track here is where the auto reverser is, because basically there's nothing going on back there. There's no industries, there's no switching. It's just the train passing through, and as we get into future episodes, I will show you how I did that and why I did that. But you can see the train then passing back through the tunnel on its way back up to the other side of the second deck. And then look in here, that's the concrete tunnel portal that we made. Totally awesome, totally still digging seeing it there. Can't wait to tie it into the scenery. The turnout it's passing right now, also controlled by the computer, but right now, it's controlled by a DS64. It senses the train coming, aligns this turnout and one on the back of the layout to allow the train to get onto the single line main and then get back onto the correct track when it gets behind the layout. We'll show you that in future episodes, but you see it running up through here, goes behind the logging camp, behind the coal mine, eventually exits that way back to the back of the layout. And then something that's pretty cool. I've decided I'm not going to put the entire second deck in yet. I want to get the bottom deck pretty well established, and then we'll worry about the top deck. This is a lot of railroad, people. In an upcoming Track Smack episode, we are going to talk about what I've learned about building a model railroad. One this big, there's more challenges than one would normally realize or understand. So anyway, the train comes up onto the second deck, and for now what I have is an auto-reversing loop. Over here it goes around and it heads back down. And then you see it coming back through the back of the layout, and again it goes onto the single track main, but then when it gets to the turnout has been switched by the DS64 and the BD4 that I have connected. We'll get into that. And it goes to the right-handed traffic lane, back through the awesome concrete tunnel portal, and then back here it just comes right back on through. And I've been able to run that loop consistently for hours, like I said, with 2 trains. I've had a couple derailments, but mostly as we all learn that some of that has to do with the car and not so much with my track laying. I'm pretty happy with the track laying. I think it's working out. Okay, so anyway, I have got a video coming out next Thursday that's going to show you more of that, how I laid the track, my thoughts behind it, yada, yada, yada. After that, we are going to have a video that shows you some of the tech junk that I did with the DS64, the BD4, the AR1, some tech stuff that you're going to have to tune in and find out what I mean by that. Makes it run really awesome because I don't have the computer software installed yet. And then after that, we are going to get back on Fertile Valley, which is what this whole thing was about, is finishing Fertile Valley. I want to paint the tracks. I want to ballast the tracks. I want to finish sculpting all the scenery, and that's all coming up. So what I'm trying to tell you is I have been working on the Brownsmith Railroad. I've done a ton of work. I've laid a ton of track. The thing is, how much video can you watch of one dude laying track? I can't watch a whole lot of video of that. Give me one and I'm done, is what it boils down to. So anyway, I'm going to give you sort of a recap of that, take you through the tech stuff I did, including the BD4, the DS64, programming it for routes, something I've never done before but works out awesome for what I'm doing. And then of course the AR1 to reverse polarity. One of the other things is I started on the Brownsville yard and, you know, using the Steve Brown regular guy technique, kind of laying in track, kind of laying out cars, kind of figuring out how it's going to work. What I have established is right here we're going to have a 12 car length arrival departure track, a 12 car length staging track is what I'm calling it. It's where I'm going to assemble the train for the locomotives to take back up to the top deck. Then an 8 car and a 6 car classification track, one of them being for Port Smith and the other one being for Switch Junction. So that's all coming up. I'm very excited about some of these videos. And in the meantime, as if that wasn't enough, I also have on Dirt Chic Studios, I built a model using 2 Imperial Walkers. I built a diorama from it. I'm totally excited about it. It doesn't really work here on It's My Railroad, so I made a whole new channel to put that kind of stuff on. Links in the description if you want to go there and subscribe. That new video, the first real video, is coming out on Tuesday. And I need to remind you, this coming Saturday on Track Smack is the big I Say giveaway finals. We're going to give away the trains that we've been collecting from our sponsors over the last few months. And then after that, Track Smack has moved to its own channel, which is the Track Smack channel. We're just going to hang out over there and talk about modeling, model railroads, and all kinds of fun stuff. One last thing I'll point out while I'm self-promoting shamelessly is I do a vlog just about my personal life as a construction dude. It's called Dirt Guy Drive Time. Look it up on YouTube. Links in the description. If you got 8 to 10 minutes a day to spare, I do it just about every day. It's a ton of fun. We're hanging out over there as well. Anyway, that's all the kind of stuff that we've got going on here in the hobby room from our studio at the Brown-Smith Railroad. So thank you so much for hanging out with me during this update. And like I said, Saturday is the big giveaway. Next Thursday, boom, real video, real upload about what I've been doing. And from then on, we are rocking on like Donkey Son. I don't know, boom. That's all I get to throw in there. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me be a little silly. And until next time, my name is Steve Brown. Rail on, my friends.